It's beginning of the month. It's exciting. That's what it is. Oh, and I have a joke for the day. What did the model thief say to the cops when they accused him of robbery? They said it was a baseless accusation. Hold on. That's what it is.
What if it still
Your volume and I have a joke for the day. Program. I fixed what did the model thief say
oh, hooray,
to the
it's
cops
us, me and
when they
Mark.
accused him of robbery? I don't know why there's sound repeating here. They said it was a baseless accusation.
Right.
I'm going to have to
all the airtime.
figure that one out real quick. Ah, there's why. So we're in Periscope today, which is exciting. What? Isn't that cool?
So wait, like Periscope, like we can like zoom in and zoom out? No, it's just, see, you're right.
Yeah.
Just double John.
Yep, okay. There we go. I think I fixed it. So the Periscope was, the sound was on, so it was looping it feedback on us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that, gotcha.
Pretty sure that's what it was. So we should be good now. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So we got like a fair bit stuff to talk about. Like I know we start every show saying we have a lot to talk about, but it's true because we do this once a week.
Yeah.
So there's always new stuff. Big things that are going on. The Daughters of Cain book releases tomorrow, so that shipment should be dropping off sometime during the stream, hopefully. Yep. Secondly, we have John. The new player guides are up.
Not yet. They're so close. There's a couple more videos. I gotta make sure that they're spot on. I rambled a little bit, way too much on one of them. It was like a 15-minute video. It should have been like 5.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So we have the new player guides coming soon.
Very
John
soon.
will talk a little bit about that sometime in the stream. We got some new demo games in, which Mark will definitely go over. And then we also have, I want to say this is all new, The Walking Dead All-Out War stuff, too. So we got a bit of that to show off. Yeah, and then we'll be answering questions, talking about new stuff that's coming down the line, like the new Tau Codex and the new White Dwarf, which we got. So, yeah. Let's start stuff off with the Daughters of Cain release.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the... I don't want to say like brand new because it was in General's Handbook 2017, the Daughters of Cain. Yeah, like they're a faction in there. But like this is some of the new stuff that we see is just for Age of Sigmar, where the Magakin release had both 40K and Age of Sigmar implications. This one is just wholly for Age of Sigmar, and it's centered around the Cain cult of the witch elves.
Yeah.
Do you know a bit about that, Fluff?
So, I mean, it's like any other thing you'd expect from a Dark Elf. It's all that murder, bloodshed, and just making the ritual sacrifices to their god Cain.
Yes.
But in this time, the headpiece is Marathi.
Correct, yeah. So Marathi was one of those models from the old world, right?
Yeah.
So she was from Warhammer Fantasy Battles. She was...
the head queen.
Yes, yeah. So she was basically the head of... kind of a Slanesh cult. So they more or less got in tune with what Slanesh was putting out.
Yeah.
And that got her in a whole lot of trouble during the end times, in which Slanesh devoured her whole. And also the rest of the elves.
Yeah.
So where her son Malekith ascended to the god of shadow, Malarian. And then I think it's her nephews, Teclis and Tyrion.
Oh, they were nephews?
Yeah, like everyone's related in the Elfin High Court in some way or another from Warhammer.
You'd say Teclis was feeling very blue after.
Yes. So Teclis, Tyrion, and the Ascended God Malarian all escaped Slanesh because they were all gods at that point. And Marathi and the rest of the elves got eaten up by Slanesh.
Yeah.
Marathi was the first one to escape.
She slithered out.
She literally slithered out. In her time with Slanesh, with all the other powers around her, her elfin form got corrupted into that of Medusa-like monster. So she has a giant snake tail. She has snakes for hairs. Giant dragon-like wings. So she escaped, and she met up with the family of gods of Malarian, Teclis, and Tyrion. And at that point, they were kind of deciding how to get the elves out.
Yeah. Because Slanesh was asleep.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
like, pretty easy to just...
Yeah, Slanesh binged on elf souls and passed out.
Yeah.
So it seems like Malarian and Teclis and Tyrion begrudgingly brought Marathi into the fold with their plans to free the souls because she was the first one to escape and know.
She was the inside man.
Yeah. So, so yeah, no, she was the inside man. So with that, a deal was struck to once they freed the souls, they would divvy them up to each one of the 4 elfin figures. So with that, they saved the souls of the elves, and elves started populating the mortal realms of the Age of Sigmar. And each group of elves was kind of reforged into the image of their patron, right? Yeah. So Malarian said that he got his elves back, and he made something far darker than what they were in the mortal realm or the Age of Sigmar. Warhammer Fantasy.
So my guess is probably more along the lines of they lost their figure, the more shadowy.
Yeah,
they're probably like no skin whatsoever, just more of like just an ethereal.
You think so? I guess that would make sense because it says when Tyrion got his portion of souls, he formed them in light.
Yeah.
So like we could literally see light and dark elementals. Yeah. From there. I
mean, look at the Sylvanet. They're spirits.
But they're not elf souls.
Yeah, they're not. But
and so Teclis got his portion of souls and formed them into the Indaneth.
The blub blub.
Yes. So that will be the new faction that will be previewed sometime soon.
Looking forward to it. Though.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And they might be fish elves or fish people or some sort of semi-aquatic elf people, but basically they weren't a big fan of Teclis being their god, and so they said screw you, dad, and went to go do their own way.
Man.
Marathi, however, when she got her portion of elf souls, she made them in her own image, and so she made the Melusai, which are Medusas, and the Kirene or Canary. Yeah, I think it's Canary. I think it's actually pronounced Canary. But they're basically elves with bat wings and tails.
Are they dragged into mines to make sure they're safe to breathe?
But yeah, so like Marathi made all these monster elves, and the rest of the Order Pantheon was like, yo, that's not cool. So she has oh god, I can't say it. She's basically hidden their true forms from the rest of the Order cults. Like so Stormcast, Sylvaneth, all these other guys, they don't necessarily know what the true form of the daughters are.
Yeah.
So you got to be kind of in the know and in the realm of shadow to really see what a Melusai really looks like. Other than that, they'll just look kind of like a normal witch elf outside of their realm. So she's all about illusion and shadow magic and hiding her true motives. Because if you want to cover this one.
So the big thing is she has all these elves that are sacrificing and doing blood rituals for Cain, and she's promoting the name of Cain, all the while holding his iron heart within herself.
And Cain was
the god of what, like
war,
bloodshed.
And he was from the old world.
Yeah,
is the big thing.
But she has his iron heart, and she is basically absorbing all the sacrifice and ritualistic power that comes with it for herself.
Yeah.
And she's like, good job. You've done this all in the name of Cain. Thanks for making him stronger.
Yeah. So
we'll get him back.
She's a little bit jealous that her son and her nephews has ascended to godhood and she did not. So she's doing what she can to draw in all that power to send herself through apotheosis. So yeah, there's a lot of cool background fluff in this book that's coming. So if you guys are interested in Age of Sigmar, or if you're like a lot of other people where you discounted the fluff at the beginning, they're doing such a phenomenal job with building this world and these characters. The Malimportance campaign that's going on right now is a great example of that. So right now, anyone playing Age of Sigmar can actively participate in the shaping of this world and the story with it. So
it's something they started with, but before they really had well-centered match play. So it's good to see what they're going to do with it now. Another nice bonus they've done with Age of Sigmar, I would say it's definitely, if you look at the old world, which I was a big fan of, but it was stagnant.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't change anything, but now if you're in the Mortal Realms, these are basically realms that are like the epitome of whatever magic shaped them.
Yes.
And so they're always changing. Like, the further to the edges of these worlds you are, the more that magic is potent. So, like, the safest spots are in the middle, but, you know, whatever's on the outskirts will always change. Like, there's nothing about the world staying.
So if you think about it, like the Realm of Fire is one that I had one of the hardest times grasping. But if you think about it, the center of it's going to be kind of like a volcanic island, like Hawaii, like, you know, lush forests and jungles, all kind of spurred on by that continuous new growth that fire brings, right? Mm-hmm. But when you get closer to the edge, instead of maybe like a normal sea, it's going to be lava and like, you know, continuing into like fire itself kind of thing. So there's a couple of videos that they released where they talk about the realms and how they work and what their position is and how life started and maintains itself in these crazy elemental realms. The fact that both Marathi and Malarian live in the realm of shadow, they kind of talk about it as being an endless sea. So like it's going to be a sea spotted with a few pieces of land and all that, but it's always kind of like dusk or night. Where the Realm of Light is where Tyrion's elves live, and that one we haven't really heard a lot about, but I think it would be kind of gorgeous to see, and we'll probably see it sometime soon, especially with the Indineth coming.
And so what they actually described, so in the Mortal Realms, night and day. So the Realm of Light and the Realm of Shadow are two stars, binary stars that just rotate around each other, and when the Realm of Shadow is in front of the Realm of Light for wherever the other realms are, that is nighttime during the realms. And then when the Realm of Light is prevalent, that's daytime for all the realms. So, you know, considering that they're the ones that make night and day for the other realms, night and day for them might be a little weirder.
Now, the realms aren't like separate planets, are they?
The way they really showed it is, treat it like our solar system, kind of like that. But just, I guess, more with the Realm of Light and Shadow spinning around each other. The way they showed it was just, basically just a flat map with, like, realm here, realm here, realm here, realm here, light and shadow.
Interesting.
And I don't think, like, those are permanent positions for them. They might rotate around something else.
I think it's like a solar system.
Almost, that's the way I described it.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
It's kind of cool. Like, definitely watch those videos. I think they're all on the malimportance.com site, where they kind of explain how those realms work. So yeah, we did not get. That was not our elf shipment. That was some other stuff. Just kind of sad. Was that
door closed?
I think so.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
see how quickly it takes someone to just like meander in. But yeah. So the book comes out tomorrow with the Marathi model. The Marathi model is absolutely gorgeous. So like her and her people, she likes to hide her true form. So in this box set, you get the monster version of her, which is that giant snake lady with the bat wings, plus her elfin form, which is basically an illusion that you get to play with both forms on the tabletop. So you always have to start her off as a small form, but past the first turn, you can transform her into a giant snake lady. Each form has a lot of benefits to it. Her elf form is when she's 100% in control and can cast like all this crazy magic. But once she starts taking damage or she gets angry enough, she'll just revert into this giant snake lady.
That's cool.
And so she loses out on a lot of her like special magic abilities, but she becomes an absolute monster.
Can you choose to make her turn into it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think after the first turn, you can choose to flip her over. But I think she has to suffer damage before she can change. But I don't know what the exact rules are yet. I wish we had the book and we could tell you.
But we do know one thing that's bonkers about her.
Yeah.
No more than 3 wounds a turn.
Yeah.
Can be placed on her.
So this is kind of a big deal for Age of Sigmar. This makes her one of the more survivable characters out there.
Yep.
Just because she can never suffer more than 3 wounds per turn.
Whoa.
There's one exception is when she changes from her elf form to snake form. The amount of wounds she's taken so far gets doubled. So if she takes 2 wounds, it becomes 4 in the big version. Yeah. And that's just a way of balancing.
Yeah. And they know the math. She has 6 wounds in her elf form and 12 in her snake form.
Yeah. So like the wounds are relative to her size.
Cool.
So
neat. That's fun.
Oh yeah. Matt Miller's here. He's joining us to talk about Age of Sigmar. So he can get all hyped about it.
No, it's good that there's new releases and stuff still happening for it. It's great.
Yeah. And it's the Age of Sigmar Open this weekend. March 3rd is when it starts. So we're expecting to see a lot of new information for Age of Sigmar. One of the big ones being the Deepkin, hopefully being revealed. If they're not fully revealed, hopefully they'll at least be talked about.
More than a fish tank.
Yeah, more than a teaser. So what we know is from the Daughters of Cain book, one, they can be allied to Daughters of Cain, which is a pretty big deal. And then secondly, they are Teclis's creation, and he's kind of the god of magic, more or less, for the elfin races.
For those that don't know, in fantasy, he was just the wizard of all wizards.
Yes.
Like the one that taught the Empire wizardry. And so, I mean, he was basically unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, he was just
Except in melee.
a magic juggernaut, until you slapped him. Airbrushing would be phenomenal on all this stuff. But yeah, so we should have a lot of Age of Sigmar events coming up soon. I know we have a tournament coming up again, with the first one being super successful. And we're in talks of maybe running a campaign, which Bobby will do as our Giga-Bites champion for Age of Sigmar. So if you guys are interested in all that, take a look at our Facebook page for Age of Sigmar. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So
awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's stick with GW for the moment, finish out all the GW stuff and news, and then move on to the other things like Dust.
Yeah. So one of the big things is in this White Dwarf that just came out, they announced the new Tau. New Tau Codex is going up for pre-sale on March 10th. We're already taking pre-orders. We know the prices for everything. So if you guys are interested in either the Codex, the limited edition, or the data cards, let us know, and we will put in the pre-order for you. Make sure that you get it on release. The release will be the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. So make your St. Patrick's Day nice and towy.
And wear green.
Spin
and wear
some
green.
green. Don't feel green.
And with that White Dwarf, there's also the rules for the Gene Stealer cult gang for Necromunda.
Oh, yeah.
I actually just built out some of my Orlok gang.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So the Gene Stealer cult gang is kind of... so I like it because it is them adding new rules to existing models for a game. So it's one of those nice features that they do to basically expand the world in a much quicker fashion. So we should be seeing rules for Gene Stealer Cult. We already have those rules, but we should also see rules for the Chaos Uprising, which will allow you to play Chaos Cultist in Necromunda. So that will be another release cycle for them that doesn't involve them having to like do a new kit, a new gang war book, all that sort of stuff. So
that's cool.
That's exciting. I personally like that.
Yeah, do we have any Necromunda events at the store?
Ricky is going to be running events for us, and now that there's 4 official gangs, being Escher, Goliath, Orlok, and Gene Stealer, Ricky's at least going to be able to run like some game days for us for Necromunda. We're probably going to do something a little bit smaller scale until more stuff comes out for it. But it is something that now that there's more variety, we can do. Just because we didn't want every single person playing the exact same army that came in the starter box, right? So
yes, for sure. Plus, with the second supplemental book, Necromunda book.
Yes, yeah. Gang War 2 is definitely a big addition to Necromunda, and if you guys haven't picked it up, just let us know. We'll get it in for you.
Yep.
So yeah,
that's exciting. Get your White Dwarf. Get your Gene Stealer cults in there. I've actually seen someone convert a Goliath gang into the they're not brutes. I forget the name of the Gene Stealer.
The Aberrants.
Yeah, Aberrants.
Yeah, so, I mean that makes sense. Like all you have to do is put in a Gene Stealer head, and they got those big weapons. Like Makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
because I hear you can only get those in the starter box.
Yeah, you can only get those in Overkill.
Yeah,
which you got to find someone to split the Death Watch stuff with, and
it's
all
a bit
that.
overkill to try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any rumors on what the next codex is? If it's going to be Drew Carey or if it's going to be Necrons? After Tau?
What we've heard is leaning more towards Necrons as opposed to Drukari, but not 100% confirmed. We just with how Games Workshop does their release cycle, we can only really say what's a couple weeks out, right?
And
so
windmill slam down squat.
Yeah. So we should see Drukari and Necrons pretty close together, and it might be something as like a back-to-back release because we're not really seeing new models for the Drukari, so they could squeeze that codex in any one of these release windows that they have. So
because they have the new Necron, is it an HQ unit or is it an Elite?
Yes, it is a new style of Cryptek. Crypteks, I believe, are one of their HQ options. This Cryptek has a fancy new surfboard.
Right?
Yeah. And I guess we can also talk about, we also know that Imperial Knights Codex is coming in that window as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I know that.
we didn't know what really to expect with Imperial Knights, if they were just going to be kind of in the AdMech book or what they were going to really do with them, but
they added an Imperial Knight to the AdMech book, didn't they?
Yeah. So because you can use you can have a Forge World Imperial Knight, right? Mm-hmm. Not the production company, but an actual Mars, the Forge World, can have an Imperial Knight for itself. But no, the Imperial Knight houses are getting their own codex, and with that, we have seen, or not seen, we have gotten a lot of rumors saying that there's 4 new Imperial Knight kits coming out with that release.
That's
so
cool.
That should be a pretty big release. I wouldn't expect that before the Necrons or the Drukari release, but it should be following that pretty quickly. So yeah, I thought it was just going to be 4 new variants of Knights, but apparently it's 4 new box sets.
So is that why they spoiled that?
Yeah.
Oh god, the thing's gonna look good.
Yeah, so that one should be in a box set. They're doing a big narrative event called the Battle for Mars, where Necrons are going to be trying to awaken is it Void Dragon? I think
I heard the Void Dragon is what they call it. Or
there
might be a tomb world underneath.
Yeah, it's a Void Dragon.
Yeah. So they're trying to awaken the Void Dragon in Mars, and the AdMech is just,
Dirtling.
Yeah, well, they're going to defend their planet, right? So it's supposed to be a big narrative campaign. I want to say one of the reasons why this is able to happen is because of the Crusades going on, and the fact that Custodes and the Imperial Fists are out crusading. That Necrons might be able to sneak in and get to these planets.
Yeah.
So I was going to say it'd be a pretty darn big fleet surrounding Mars.
Yeah. So we don't know if the Necrons are waking up under Mars or if they're teleporting in or if there's
I see. Okay.
Armada. Yeah. But there will be a big narrative event where Necrons are going to be fighting against the forces of the Imperium to try to awaken the Void Dragon and wreck things up.
So cool.
I mean, if you think about it, the way Necrons travel is they basically just exponentially go faster. They just add on to however fast they're going. They don't do any warp travel.
Right.
And so how do you even stop that? It's just they can basically pop up wherever they need to be.
Yeah.
And not much you can do about that.
Put a wall in front of it?
That's true. But then it's space.
Hit the wall.
Good luck at putting that wall there. I mean, Mars does have that ring around it. If they didn't calculate for that, they might run into it.
Yeah, so we'll kind of see what's going on with all that, and that should be starting late March, I want to say, because we have this week of Daughters of Cain. The following week should be, I think, the rest of the new releases for Daughters of Cain, and then the following is the start of the Tau Codex. So after the Tau Codex wraps up, we should be either starting Drukari, Necrons, or AdMech. So yeah, keep an eye on that.
Oh, so exciting! Good job, GW.
Yeah, they are killing it.
For sure.
So yeah, that's going to wrap up all the GW news for right now. But yeah, we'll quickly go into Privateer Press for a second.
Oh yeah.
Starting next week will be the Crucible Guard CID.
So the new faction.
Yes. So basically, Privateer Press will be releasing the beta test rules for their new faction next Wednesday, March 7th, which is very exciting for anyone who plays War Machine Hordes or are interested in crazy French scientists. That's the whole faction. So we should be seeing all the rules, the concept art, all that great stuff coming out from them next Wednesday afternoon. So we'll probably do a video breakdown of that sometime that week, which is kind of cool. And with that, on March 8th is our demo day for Star Wars Legion.
Yep, and we have...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so our Legion starter set is like 95% painted.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, well, we can thank Matt Blaisdell. He painted the lion's share of the box, so he basically painted all the infantry and all the vehicles for us in a record-breaking amount of time. So we can't thank him enough for doing that for us. So we have a nice fully painted set for this demo day coming up. So demo day will be starting on the 8th. We'll have our Legion stuff out. So if you guys are interested, come on in, watch some games, get some games in. It'll be super great. I'm really excited for it. I had a blast painting Luke. Mark, are you having fun painting Vader? Live for the camera.
Yeah.
No, so the demo day is going to be on the 8th, and we should be able to run demos for Legion from there until the release on March 22nd. So that's going to be a fairly exciting day. We have our gorgeous terrain sets painted up. So
oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Yeah, you get to experience the whole Star Wars cinematic feel and try out this brand new game from Fantasy Flight. So I'm really pumped for it.
One of the articles that I made for the new website is basically why Atlanta gamers choose Giga-Bites Cafe, and that's one huge reason. I mean, to be able to have the terrain from Hoth just there at Giga-Bites.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that.
So cool.
With the demos and then the full release. We'll be having some sort of release launch event. So the game releases on the 22nd, which I believe is a Thursday. We will be doing a launch event on the 23rd, which is a Saturday. We have the organized play kits in. So as soon as I can talk to our organizers and figure out what they want to do for it, we'll announce the signups and the rules and all that sort of stuff. So keep an eye on that, guys. If you guys are excited for Legion, please let us know. We just upped our pre-orders to a crazy amount because, excuse me, we upped our release quantities to a crazy amount because of our pre-order. So we can't thank you guys enough for, getting in on the excitement with this new game. So yeah,
for sure. Yeah, because initially David was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just get a whole bunch." Then he like doubled it, and now we're increasing it even more. So it's great.
Correct. Yeah. So we have enough to where if anyone's pre-ordered it, you're guaranteed your pre-order copies. If you pay for it, it just makes things easier on us, makes you go through the line quicker, all that good stuff. So yeah,
it's awesome.
So yeah, from Legion and all that sort of stuff, we have some new demo games for the store. So if you guys are interested, we have 4 new games up here for demo. The first one being Cat. So this is all from the same production company, Spin Masters. They sent us this great set to get people interested and excited in their games. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Cat is my soup du jour because one, you can feel the game very well. It's got that nice little.
Just so you know, I'm allergic to cat fur. This is not real cat fur.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that. But you basically get to draw over photos of cats. So anything that lets you kind of doodle or draw, I'm 100% down for.
So we have 5-minute dungeon.
Yes,
that's cool.
So as it sounds, get to a dungeon in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
if you can.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's a semi-cooperative game, so you can play with each other or against each other, kind of depending on how you feel, or maybe start the game with each other.
Yeah, a chaotic, cooperative, real-time card game.
Yeah, definitely. Don't screw over other people for loot, right? Wink, wink.
Don't.
So yeah, that's a really cool game. And then we have Santorini as a demo game, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
This gentleman here has done a video over how to play Santorini in the past.
Yeah. Really great game. You basically are just trying to build towers and make a tower tall enough to reach your god. Not like ascend to god or anything, but reach your god. But the entire time, your opponent's like capping your towers, or maybe using the one you built to reach their god.
Yeah. Do y'all know the history of Santorini?
The history?
Like how it became to be what it is?
Could you explain?
So basically, the reason it has these sheer cliffs and everything is that it was like a volcano, and then once it erupted, it all fell downwards, and then the cliffs are pretty sheer that way. Cool, right?
Yeah, that's really awesome.
So if you ever look at pictures like Google Santorini, you'll see like this huge drop, and it's tremendous. It's hundreds of feet. So,
jeez.
They have elevator cars, or you can take a donkey, which I did. I don't recommend it. Actually, it smells really bad.
Yeah, but so like minus the smell, was the donkey comfortable? Like, or is it?
They poop a lot.
Oh.
And they run you into the walls because the donkey doesn't care. So like, I scraped the heck out of my leg because the donkey was like, just walking around the wall with me. Yeah, that hurt.
Travel tips from Giga-Bites Cafe.
Right? Oh, and the guy that leading the donkey didn't care either. He was like, you'll get over it. I paid you like 10 euros to walk up this mountain for like 25 minutes.
Was your tour guide Dolph Lundgren? If he dies, he dies.
But he did speak decent English.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. They tell you a little bit about the city and everything. It's pretty cool.
The last game is O Trio, which is so this is going to be a more on the simple sided games, which is actually great because not everyone has the time to crank out a rule book and do all that. So it's likened to tic-tac-toe, but you get
on steroids
O's with colors. So if you guys want to play a simple fun game, like you don't have that much time, grab O Trio. That to me is much more of a like classic board game-esque thing.
Or spin-on classic.
Yeah. So definitely, it's great that we're building our demo board game library. We do have these games in here for you guys, especially if you have an afternoon to kill or if you want to try something new. Ask if we have a demo game of it, because you'd be surprised what we actually have.
I'm actually liking this game a lot more. It's like the county fair tic-tac-toe, except the rooster can't beat you.
Yeah. Gosh darn rooster. Always getting in business. So yeah, with those demo games, it adds to our collection. We do really have a great one here. So check it out at some point. It's cool. Like maybe one day just try out new games. Yeah. Try something new. Come in and do that.
Definitely recommend Santorini.
Yeah.
Don't play with Pan.
Don't play with Pan? Is Pan broken?
Pan you win if you jump off like a level 2 building. So it's like
So speaking of new stuff, we do have new Walking Dead All Out War sitting right up here on the counter. So all this stuff is kind of a cool game, all based on the comic books, not necessarily the TV series. And so you can play this both narratively and competitively, I want to say, with the rules for it, which is awesome. So you basically rival gangs of survivors can go against each other while dodging zombies or, running out of food or dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail.
Which Terry is a character, right?
I think so. Yeah. So yeah, like this all comes across with the comic characters. The miniatures are great. The designs are great. And they have really cool peripherals like these, these mats that they come with are great cityscapes. And they come with like neoprene mat, not super big. And it's great for like either running modern D20 games, oh God, I'm thinking
Batman,
Genesis, Batman, all that sort of stuff. These mats are fantastic for it. So if you guys haven't tried Walking Dead All Out War or interested in it,
what
definitely.
Are the dimensions?
I want to say it's like 3 foot by 3 foot, or it might be 20 by 20. Excuse me. So it's great for RPGs and all that. It's also great for like doing small scale mini games and things like, especially set in modern times. The fact that it's 20 by 20s, that you can get multiple of them and stack them together to fill out a board. So, yeah.
Real quick, what are y'all's favorite RPG systems? Go.
I am a sucker for Iron Kingdom's role-playing game because that is set in my favorite game setting. And it also has a different rule set from traditional RPGs.
How's that?
Was that?
How is it different?
So it is a 2d6 system as opposed to like a polyhedral set like D&D. So you only need d6 dices for Iron Kingdoms. Everything's kind of based off of that.
They just moved their tabletop game into an RPG.
Correct, yeah. So I really enjoy it in terms of setting, system. The system's really easy to learn and get into. To me, it's much more intuitive than some of the other systems that I've played in the past. Looking at you, Pathfinder. To me, it's less convoluted than a lot of the other ones, but which is why I enjoy it. So, yeah. What about you, Mark?
For me, it's still 5th edition. Like I got into D&D with 4th edition, and
sorry.
For that, I saw a lot of power gaming in it with the people I played, and not to the extent that 3.5 was, but and I've only heard stories, but Landon has said enough about 3.5 maybe go like that's a little intense, but. So they basically really just, I think, streamlined D&D to where you can actually just have more fun with what you're doing instead of like how you do it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna go slay this monster. It's like, all right, well, did you take every single like skill, feat, or equipment to make you successful? It's like, no, I'm gonna go with what I like, and it works.
Yeah. Real quick to answer some questions real quick. Rob asks how Shadespire's doing. We're crushing it with Shadespire right now.
Coming on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So we have consistently sold out of Shadespire every week that we've gotten it in, which is fantastic, especially for a board game from Games Workshop. And we now have an organized play night, which is Tuesdays, with the new organized play kits. So if you guys are interested in Shadespire or want to give it a shot, come in Tuesdays, check it out. Jason Becker, JT Torrance, and a bunch of other lovely people will be here to run you through some games, or at least explain to you how the game works in general. It's a fantastic system. And then Derek says the IKRPG came first. Yeah, IKRPG originally came out as a D20 system for D&D, but now with the newest edition, they got rid of the Wizards of the Coast system and came up with their own. So role-playing game became tabletop game, and tabletop game became role-playing game. Yeah. And then Jeremy says that he's excited to see the new Warhammer RPG systems coming out. I am too, and I personally love that there's they put up a preview of the new I'm blanking out, new 40K role-playing system, which is going to be an all D6 system.
Oh, cool.
So once again, they're going to be taking mechanics and things like that you're familiar with by playing Warhammer and translating that into a board game.
I love that.
Role-playing game. And then we know that they're coming out with a Warhammer Fantasy Old World RPG and an Age of Sigmar RPG. So all these systems are really cool. It'll be really interesting to see how all the races interact with each other in both fantasy battles and Age of Sigmar, because there's such a variety of different people in these worlds, and they're usually fighting and trying to kill each other.
You should go as Stormcast the entire time. It's like, I can't kill off that party. They just keep reforging.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about the 40K one. That sounds cool.
Yeah, so they put up a comic on how it works a couple of days ago, but maybe a week or so. But how it works is when you do a skill check, you take whatever your skill is, and that's how many D6s you get to roll.
Okay.
And for the most part, I believe a 4-up is a success on that roll. And there's like a target number. So like my investigation skill 7, and I'm looking for a 3 to figure something out. So I have to roll at least 3 4-ups on 7 dice.
Oh, easy. Okay.
But one of the cool things is a 6 will always count as 2 results.
Oh.
So it's called like a crit success.
Does 1 get rid of a result?
No. So like a 1 through 3 is just a fail. Yeah, like there's no crit fail, thank God.
If ones did things in that game, I would quit.
Yeah. So one of the neat things is that their success system is a like it scales up. So like a 3 would be the minimum you need to figure something out. But like if you got like a 6, that's even better. Like it'll give you a better result. And if you got like 8, it'll give you the ability to do a bonus result or bonus action because of it. So So it's really neat. I think it's an interesting system, and it seems relatively intuitive. Like, I mean, I just explained how it worked to you guys right here.
It's like a 45-second explanation. I like it, John. Nice.
Yeah, when it comes out, and when we get more information. But it seems really cool.
Yeah,
so
okay, nice.
Yeah, something to look forward to. And I'd love to get some tables going of either 40K RPG. I don't know. Like, the problem with 40K RPG is, like, I don't know what character I would want to play.
Oh, my Inquisitors, come on.
Yeah. So in the comic they had a party of a tech priest, a guardsman, obviously a guardsman.
What's your shooting skill? You get 1 dice for everything.
No. It was a Space Marine scout.
Okay. Scout.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can play like a full-on Space Marine unless you're in a party of just Space Marines. But we'll see, because so it looks really cool.
Sweet.
Check out the comic. I'll try to find the link for it and post it up if I remember. So but I would definitely want to be a cultist of some sort. Yeah, that seems good.
It's exciting.
But if you guys are interested in running some offbeat RPGs, like if you have a favorite system that we're not currently running a game and you are interested in running it, let us know. We'll make some event posts for it or put up some flyers and see if you guys can get a group going.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're interested in D&D, Wednesday nights, place to be.
Yes.
Rhymed. Oh God.
Yeah, Sundays as well. Sundays is also becoming an Adventurers League day.
Really?
Yeah. We have probably 4 to 6 tables on a Sunday as opposed to our 10 tables on a Wednesday.
What?
So,
That's amazing.
yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Wow.
Always a good time to get D&D at Giga-Bites.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, if you're new to RPGs, then try it out, because it's a great way to get started. A lot of people are really helpful in those groups.
Yeah, John, do you want to talk a little bit about your new player guide, or do you want to wait?
Okay, so I explained before, basically, there will be 4 major sections, and the 5th one is about Giga-Bites, like our food and drink menu and stuff like that. But the 4 major sections are for all 4 of the main genres of tabletop gaming, those being RPGs, collectible card games, which I lump pretty much like deck builders or trading card games or living card games in with that as well. But the section's called collectible card gaming, miniature war gaming, and board games. And so each of those will explain what it is, how do you get started. So it gives you some examples of basic systems that are mostly popular. So with miniature war gaming, it'll go right into 40K because that's the most popular system, and it's one that has a lot of like support on YouTube, in-store, community-wise. And it'll show you, how you start out from, like, how do you paint a model, like, what's that all about? It won't show you exactly how to do it, but it'll take you through the process of, what is all this stuff to, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing if I've been doing it for 5 years, that kind of thing. And then it shows the groups and events that we have at the store. So any new players who have never played before of any of those 4 systems, maybe they played Clue or Monopoly or something, you can send them to the website and they can peruse and look through videos, read through the things and stuff. It's pretty exciting. It's really fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yep. It's a lot of work. It's 31 videos, but
oh geez.
Yeah. So definitely something to look forward to and to maybe send to your Muggle friends.
Yes.
When
an initiate.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to get someone new into this whole thing, or if you see someone possibly getting interested, it's going to be a great resource to get someone up to speed.
Yep, I linked to different YouTube channels. You can see stuff, a couple of different guides. So yeah, you'll be able to really, someone can dig in where they want to. So they'll know where to look for stuff when they want to find it.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a lot of work. Each video, even if they're 5 to 10 minutes, it takes 3 to 4 hours per video to make it. So
yeah,
it's hell.
Editing, guys.
Yes.
The unsung hero of the entire entertainment industry.
We'll fix it in post.
Yep.
Yeah, fix it in post, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've told John that.
Yeah. I just like doing it live because then it lives forever somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All your mistakes.
All the ums and so's and
Yep.
So...
Or coughing. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a random cough or a yawn. Yep. And I can like capture that face that Mark just made and have that forever.
Yeah, good.
Yep. Or the time, John, when you were in between me and David and you were dreaming about dinosaurs.
It's
I just made a whole video based on that. It was funny.
I spent about 10 minutes before the stream started talking to Mark about the new Spinosaurus.
How it was
it's a quadruped. It's quadruped now.
On
guys.
Discord, Jeremy actually posted a link to you, John, for like a T-Rex costume. Did you see it?
No, I haven't yet.
Check out the Discord. It looks really cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's like a more realistic version of that blow-up dinosaur suit.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
Cool.
So yeah, one thing I want to talk about is a new event that's coming up for us. It will be posting the exact date soon, but it is going to be a come and build terrain hobby day. I've talked with Rob Ashwell, and Giga-Bites will be coordinating with him. We'll be picking up pieces and paints and things like that for you guys to come in and build terrain for your favorite games. The first one will be focusing on War Machine and Hordes. So we'll have some like set guidelines on what to do to like build and paint and things like that for those pieces. But it is a process in order to get all of our games beautiful and well designed. Yeah. And it's also to come out and join a different aspect of gaming, which is the hobby side. So you get to build, paint, talk, laugh, do all that sort of good stuff, and make terrain. And so that means for upcoming tournaments, this will essentially lead into our top table for GigaCon. We'll have a full set of beautiful 3D terrain for War Machine and Hordes, all fitting in that setting.
It's awesome.
So I'll be ordering some like bits and pieces from Privateer Press, picking up some foam board and all that sort of thing. So if you guys want to come in, help us build like, you know, buildings, walls, swamps, lots of swamps, swamps, all that good stuff for War Machine and Hordes. It'll be a great way to not only have fun, but improve your experience while playing it, and also help other people get into the universe and the game for it.
Help with the
Derek, thank you for the link to the comic.
Yeah. Appreciate so that's going to wrap it up for us on this side, John, unless you have anything else to add.
No, just got to get back to editing. Yay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this GigaCast. We'll be posting up the pictures of the Daughters of Cain stuff as soon as it arrives. It releases this Saturday, so we look forward to seeing y'all.
Right. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye now.